Hi, Beck Mack here, and I'm at the National Gallery of Australia for an incredible moment in time where there was this amazing ritual that occurred here in this space with this fantastic woman, Rosanna Raymond, and her incredible group of people celebrating the fact that Gauguin, his world, is coming to the gallery, but also the complex history of the implications of what this means. So it was such a moving event today. Can you talk me through how you felt when you saw that procession coming through the hallway?
Well, for us it was really important to actually get the relationships between our two nations of Tahiti and Aotearoa, like we're cousins.
Yes.
So that was a really important sort of connection, and then to actually show how culture can be used in terms of not just a performance or a show or an art exhibition, but that these are really necessary sort of steps that you need to go through, to bring us all together and to really solidify ourselves as a troupe. So that was, Precious Clark, who did the karanga, those were words that she developed especially for us. Kara Kirk was the first time she actually had to acknowledge country, so it was the first time for her. And then our Tahitian mamas, that they brought me to tears. It was like a shocker. I was like, lost it. But yeah, it was nice to have that release of emotion too, because it's been a big job.
Yeah, and I guess Gauguin, he's like, as everyone keeps saying, he's complex. There's, what is the Gauguin legacy, and its ongoing impacts on us, Samoan people and Tahitian people. For you personally, why are we still talking about Gauguin?
Oh, that is such a very good question, because it's the first question I was like, really? Again? I was just like, oh my gosh, isn't he taken up enough space for the, in the Pacific? Like when you Google Tahitian art, he comes up. So this was a great opportunity for me to actually go, okay, Gauguin, you do you, and we can actually show another side of what's happening in the Pacific today. Yeah.
And he is full of contradictions, though, isn't it? Because it is beautiful work. Like, the paintings themselves are beautiful, but how do you reconcile, like, the difficult aspect of it, which is the beautiful, the young women that he obviously had relationships with, underage, pedophilia, like all those things. Like, how do you reconcile that?
Well, for me, it's actually by just carrying on and producing art and culture in the 21st century, and sort of, So, I mean, I keep going, I'm fairly interested in Gauguin. I don't pay that much attention to him, and I'll just keep calm and carry on and actually bring forth what's happening today, because we can't change the past. And I think the art historians have he died poor and alone. None of us really want to die like that. But it was the art historians, the Western framework, that managed to uplift him and then uplifted him and uplifted him, and then it squashed all the other aspects of the creative Pacific artists. And the Western art world just, they'll go to Gauguin, they'll spend millions and millions of dollars on Gauguin, and then we kind of get the crumbs. So it was really nice to be offered a space in front of Gauguin, not behind, not in the corner, but actually you have to walk through the Sauvage Club to get to Gauguin. So that was rather a delicious little sort of kind of not challenge, but I was really up for. And there's been interesting, because people are like, oh, that's a really nice counter-narrative. And I'm like, actually, we're not the counter-narrative. We are the narrative. Yeah, so, less about...
Boom!
Yeah.
I love that!
That's right. No, that's...
But I loved how you said that, you're also coming into the heart of this institution, the National Australian Gallery. That's powerful as well.
Yeah, really. I actually sort of was like, these institutions, especially for the Pacific arts, they're really sort of places that we don't expect to see ourselves reflected on the walls. So this is why it was amazing to be able to take up space and do it with boldness and do it with like I don't know, how can I describe this beautiful milieu of people and colours and situations.
Yes, and I guess because, as you said, this is about the contemporary art world and celebrating the incredible contemporary artists that are your community and your culture and your people. So what is going on here? Like, this is hot. I love everything about it, and there's so many components to it. What are the key pieces?
I think the key pieces was the blending of the National Gallery's collections, and so this beautiful figure in the middle here, Teli Sars, by one of our kind of old school Jedis of Pacific art in Aotearoa Whauwheu. And nobody in New Zealand had even seen this beautiful sculpture of Teli Sar. And then to have it next to a work by a young Tahitian, Tehia Drolet, and then another master carver. So it's this beautiful blend of complete unknowns and names that you should know, or maybe you'll get to know in the future, sitting alongside sort of collections that are considered like, the top of the of the range. So that was really nice. But we've got the portrait wall, which I've always loved, because that's what those gentlemen do, don't they? They love putting their portraits up on
grand.
That's right. So this is our portrait wall, and this key figure here. This is Poitua. Now this was painted by old Webster, and it was actually, this is a picture I was brought up with, and she's always been one of my role models. And it was only recently that they really revealed the story of how that picture became, because it was Captain Cook had taken her husband and her brother as hostages on the third voyage, because some of his guys had run off, so he took them hostage. She's pregnant. And I was like, wow, that actually explains the way that, look how she's nurturing her stomach there. So that was actually a quick sketch that old Webster did on the boat. It was,
what a powerful surviving woman.
I know, right?
Amazing.
Taken hostage. She doesn't know if she'll get back. And then they go and paint it in this really natural, like it's got all these beautiful leaves and she's so serene. But when you find the story that lies under that, it's really a story of violence.
Yeah. Shocking. And a lot of this isn't it, like ongoingly. But what I do remember, because I saw the Savage Club at APT a number of years ago, the VAR. The VAR, like, I love the VAR, and it's always stuck with me. And then when I reread what was going on here, it came back to me. Can you just explain what the VAR is?
Yeah, the VAR's been a really beautiful way for a lot of us outside the village to actually sort of kind of bring ourselves into a relational space. So the VAR you'll find all throughout the Pacific. I use it through the Samoan context of it's this beautiful relational space. It's the space that's created between people and things, between the creator and the created, and it's this way that sort of makes you sort of kind of have to sustain and maintain these relationships. And that's how we sort of look at a lot of our artworks. They're not inanimate objects. These have modi, these have spirits, these have a relationship with us. So it's not like we see them like running around alive, but we're sharing space, so we're allowing them to be in the present with us in the now. So definitely the VAR when I saw there was a VAR in Savage, you could imagine how excited I got. So it was really about sort of taking back that word and actually putting the emphasis on the relationships that we form, and not just about the object or the art on the wall. But look, I know all these people's names. I know, so, and I think that's one of the big differences. It's not just kind of random unnamed guys.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. It looks fantastic. It feels amazing. And I think, as you said, the core of it is about relationships and rebuilding relationships and healing rifts that happen over time as well, and understanding, what's underneath it all. So this is really, I think, exciting in so many ways. But fantastic and lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much. And you look fabulous.
Yeah, and so do you. And look at this. Woo!